Welcome back to Valley Boys TCG. CK here, back with some more Battle Spirit Set 5. We have one last video showing off the Evangelion Model 6 deck here on the left, and we are playing against a War Gods deck here on the right side. Let's see, we see the Dual Nexus come down, and we are just playing the 13th Angel to try to set up our ramp scheme. Hopefully we can see the 4th Angel right away, the 13th and 4th combo right off the top. Great way to get some ramp going. Enchained Arena could be a problem for us because we do play a lot of small spirits. But it looks like he's not going to core it up. Instead, he's going to go with the Gladiator Squallow coming down. Squallow's a pretty cool card, just the Gladiator Shark. And then we see probably my favorite card, honestly. You've seen the gameplay, and I just keep playing that one as a great defensive. I think it's overlooked. People said it as burst for the Angels deck, but it is just really good removal. Popping something that's a 3-cost or less, I think, is just kind of my main go-to move with this deck now. So it looks like we're hurting for a spirit because we just put cores and pass. We really have nothing to play there. Maybe we have another removal, which would come in clutch here because another one of those magic cards would help deal, especially with this armament container. Although it does have... Oh, it wouldn't be protected from magic. And we just see... We get the mill, and then, yep, there it is. We flash in another removal to get rid of that armament so that he does not get his ramp going. So, very defensive start from us, but even though we're not really advancing board state as much, we are controlling the board and reducing his hand size, basically making him waste resources. So, it's not a bad defensive plan here. We, I think, only took 1 point of damage or 1 point to life so far. And now we're finally seeing our pieces. The 12th Angels come down. And we're deciding what we're going to pay for. Looks like we're getting the 7th Angel out already. Not bad. And so we'll go ahead and swing with the Angel. There's nothing to pop it, but even if he does, we want to get it in trash. That way when we get Autonomous, we just get the loop going, bring it right back out. Looks like we're just going to do 1 chip, pass turn. It's drawn, refreshed. Looking at the board state here, I think you probably always see another Nexus come out. He's got all the Nexuses set up, so that could be an issue if we see any sort of big mill spirits. Blue definitely relies on the Nexuses heavily. He cores up the platoon. And he cores up Enchained Arena, which could be an issue for us because we do have smaller spirits on board. So he's deciding how much he wants to give away. Yep, the Warrior Monk comes down, although it's only a level 1, so it can't do too much damage yet. It can't mill us this turn. We take the core from damage, and he just passes turn, leaving the platoon to block. Now that Warrior Monk is a very good card. Very good card for set 5. Being able to just mill on attack. Having Astral, it's just good stuff from set 5. You know, oddly enough, I feel like Astral hasn't played that big of a part in a lot of my games. Astral's a cool mechanic. It's an interesting mechanic. But I feel like it hasn't been a big factor. And here we go. We got Mark 6 on board. Having to sacrifice a few pieces. Yeah, it looks like we sacrificed the 12th Angel and the 1st Angel, but that's completely fine because now we're going to be able to do some stuff. So we'll swing in, we'll use the effect to get rid of platoon, so this will be unblocked, presumably unblocked, and we don't have to worry about pain because it's above the Enchained Arena's scope. And then we just pass turn, so we're in pretty good position here. He's going to have to drop spirits down to prevent that Warrior Monk. Or he's going to have to drop small spirits down, I should say, to prevent us from destroying that Warrior Monk this turn. And yep, here comes Squallow. And another Squallow. So double Squallow out. He's got some sacrificial pieces. So he decides to swing with one of the Squallow. He checks what my blockers power levels at, but it doesn't matter because we have the ability to pay the soul core, to stay exhausted, and to mill him. So So we're kind of counter strategy. We're kind of doing what he was doing. His deck is meant more for mill. And here we see our favorite magic card to think I, the first angel, to remove one of the Squallows. Next turn, we'll pop the other one with the Ava. So he goes ahead and swings with the Warrior Monk to finally get the chip of damage because we've been able to kind of slow down the onslaught there and end his turn. So looks like he's got one card in hand, or burst. I'm not sure if that's burst or in hand. So we're going to go ahead and core up our Model 6. I'll put the Soul Core back on the other Angel. We've got a few cores to mess with here. Really comes down to what we want to do. We had another piece of removal here that would actually be really good, or another Spirit to play out. And it looks like we're counting our cores. Okay, we see the 13th Angel come down. That won't really do much except ramp. And it looks like we're going for max level. Still shifting cores. Yeah, it looks like we're putting the Soul Core here on the model because we don't actually need the Soul Core to be on the Angel unit to get the effect. So we'll attack. It'll pop something. He'll take the damage to life. We can attack with the other Angel, but looks like we're going to keep it up so that we can get that mill and ramp, depending on how we survive this turn. I guess his other card is a burst set. So he was down to nothing in hand, actually. If we had more offensive units, something we could have swing with, we could have attempted a push for game there. And maybe we should have. If we have an Ice Shield set, we probably should have swung in to pop that Ice Shield and gotten ready to go for next turn. Here we see the Diva come down. So this Diva is going to let him search for a Nexus. He should be doing his search. It's one summoned. So he'll be able to search for a Nexus if he needs more. If not, well, I guess not. And then it actually has Astral here at level 3, so he will have Astral. He's deciding what he wants to do. Looks like he's going to go in. Yep, go with the Monk, and we're just going to Ice Shield there. Alright, so we're going to stay at 2 life, 2/2. He also has an Ice Shield. We're just going to pop something on board. Doesn't look like we have another Ice Shield to set, so we need to keep defensive piece up. And knowing that he doesn't have anything in hand means even if he gets another Spirit, we only need one blocker. Oh, but we see the 4th Angel come down. Okay, now we have enough. So we're going to swing. We're going to pop one Spirit there. He's got no flash, he's got no cards, but he does have the absolute Ice Shield. But this kind of spells game depending on what he pulls, because even if he puts another Spirit down, he only has one card in hand, so he can only summon one Spirit. Oh, he's realizing here he forgot to put the life back, but he did have enough to pay and keep turn and all that stuff. So we're just keeping track of where all the cores were, making sure he recovered that life from the Ice Shield prop. So he just swings in with the Monk. We're going to mill. And then we don't necessarily have to block, we just take it from life. I think this was a mistake because Honorable Duel needs to be level 2 to get that restand at end of turn. And I think he just forgot where he had his cores on. But it shouldn't be too big of an issue here because we are cored up. He has no Ice Shield, he only has one card in hand, so even if it is a removal, it probably will only target one Spirit. So our Eva will pop the Warrior Monk. He'll take it from life. And then we try to go for game. Yeah, he had no removal. So that one we were pretty set up. He was missing some pieces. So good start to game 1. Model 6 did its thing. Even without the Kuaru Nexus, although the Nexus does add a lot of aggression to the deck, it has a really good amount of removal. And that's kind of the point of the Model 6 build is control. And so we see the Maul, Sea Lord's Maul come down. It starts off with a Nexus. And we start off with a strong draw. Looks like we're pitching our favorite magic card and one of the other Angel Spirits. Looks like we don't have a good hand here. Looks like we're a little bricky. So we're just going to pass turn. And we see the Clan Nest come down. That's a really good card for blue and red. being able to cycle through your deck, set up trash if you need to, because you can play things out from trash with blue. So this is really good with the Caldera deck, getting your Nexuses into trash to play it out. And of course the Trash Giganto to get that core ramp, a good little combo there. Red-blue has some interesting stuff. I'm toying with the Caldera deck. It's pretty fun. I like the red-blue as well. So we just get Autonomous out. He's got a couple of Nexuses already set up, so blue loves their Nexuses. It'll be interesting to see how it comes into play this game. And we get our Lyrica out so that we can get the Lilith Nexus out. I like Lyrica in this deck because she helps me play the Kawaru, who is a very expensive Nexus, but she helps me play it out and keep a body on board. Lyrica is just a really good splash card in almost any blue because most blue needs their Nexuses. So very versatile card for any blue deck you build. Definitely hold on to those or pick those up if you plan on building with blue, because blue is a Nexus loving color. Pitched an Angel from the strong draw effect. We just need to figure out what else we're going to pitch. Sometimes all the drawn trash makes it kind of tricky because you want to hold on to things. For example, that magic to think I would have been really good to clear this Cleoness, to clear some board, but we needed to toss something. I think we have already set up a 12th Angel in trash at this point. I believe we just did a while ago, so the Autonomous will be online. If he decides to swing in, we can block and get our 12th out from trash. And then we see Floodstream. Yeah, the problem with going against blue is you can get Floodstream, so all my 1 and 0 costs are just fodder. And so we see Cleoness come in, do its thing, draw 1, trash 1. Looks like he's getting rid of the Thorn Prison, and we just take it to life. So we are a little bit on the heels right now. We're on our heels. We're kind of, all we have is a Nexus set up. He's got 3 Nexuses and a Spirit on board who's already chipped life on us twice. So we need to start setting up some presents. So we get the 13th Angel to come down. Looks like we see the 4th Angel, so that's the good ramp combo. We've got our ramp combo set up already. And then we've got the 2 cores on the Lilith, so when we do lose, if we lose a Angel Spirit, we can search for another. We get double ramp there because we do hit the big Spirit on the 4th Angel effect, so we get 1 from the 4th Angel and we get another core ramp from the 13th Angel, so max value on that play right there. Good stuff to see. You love to see it. And we see he gets another Cleoness out. And a Squallow. Gladiator Squallow is back. So we're going to see the swinging in, draw trash, get his cycle going. And then I think he missed that we did have the Nexus to refresh and block. Yeah, he points it out. He's like, I forgot that Nexus was there. And looks like we're flashing the Floodstream, targeting Squallow this time. So we'll let the Cleoness do its thing. And we're contemplating popping our Burst. Maybe it was Nice Shield, but looks like we just let it go. And so we've got a good amount of cores here. That double ramp last turn does us well so that we can get our Mark 6 online now. With only 1 Spirit on board, when Mark 6 attacks, we'll be able to get rid of it. And now we've got our kind of clapback turn. Now we can go ahead, swing in. We're going to pop the Spirit on board. No response, we take life. He has no burst set, so we can go ahead and swing, get our mill going. Now, he does have Enchained Arena at level 2, so we were going to have to pay for that attack. But it's okay, we had the extra core on the 4th Angel, so we could still get the mill, and that will trigger the 13th Angel to get a core right back on the 4th Angel, so we still get the ramp. So the payment is negligible at this point. He notices that, of course, we do still have our Lilith Nexus there, so we can get the restand on 4th should we need it. And looks like he's hurting for pieces. Oh, looks like the Warrior Monk comes down, so we have the Warrior Monk already out. And then Venus, the Gypsum Venus. That's an interesting one that I hadn't seen in a good while. Now, Venus is actually going to be a very big spirit because it gains plus 2,000 for every Nexus you control. So, yeah, she's going to be a big problem here because at level 3 she also has Raid, so she's going to have really big BP. She's going to be able to restand, and so we decided to just Ice Shield here. We fake the block with the restand, but we Ice Shield here. Otherwise, that would have been game because she would have been able to attack twice. We would only had one block, and then the other Warrior Monk would go in. But now we got our Kawaru Nexus, so now we can do some interesting control move here. So first things first, we got to get 6 cores on the Model 6 to make sure that we're at 11,000 because Venus only goes up when she attacks. So she's maxed out at 10k. So we'll attack. We'll tap the Kawaru to unsuspend. It will destroy the Warrior Monk. Now, our second attack would pop the Venus anyway, so they are forced to block with Venus. We'll swing here with the production, and we will end it with the Blue Angel. Model 6 is a pretty fun deck when you can get it online and set up. Good control piece. So, hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Hope you guys come back next time.